All right. Okay. So I'm getting this question first, which is how do I start? Second question I'm getting is I'm looking at the leads and I'm visiting the places and there is nothing there. Okay. Unless you don't know what you're looking at, a lead on a spreadsheet is just gibberish. Okay. You will not, you may visit the site and think there's nothing there. Well, you shouldn't have been visiting the site in the first place because it's not going to be ready for another 12 months. Okay. But unless you're able to see through what's written on the sheet, you could waste a lot of time. Okay. So I will tell you what you need to look for and how that lead will make sense to you. I will pick up one person's sheet and I'll show you exactly what's happening. Okay? But let me deal with the first question, which is raise your hand if you still at the space of how do I start? Please raise your hand. No. Michael, Ahmed, Anara.
Yeah.
Who else is there? How do I start? Punit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. It's a very, very simple answer. Look at the sheet, understand what the deal is, and then just go and visit the place. Okay? That it's most of the stuff that I'm going to share is common sense. Not everything. Technical things are technical. They're not common sense. But a lot of that is not technical. A lot of that is just common sense. Okay? All you have to do is look at your sheet. There is 3 sheets within your sheet. So you have the block leads, you have the development leads, and then you have the hotel leads. Okay? I'm going to go into every single one of them so it starts to make sense for you. I am going to pull out Alan's sheet because Alan has probably one of the more experiences. Okay? Here.
Yep.
So it'll just start to make more sense. Okay, so if you have any questions, Anara, please ask me a bit later on. Let me just show everyone the basics so you get a gist of it. Okay? I'm gonna share my screen. Share screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Please raise your hand if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
All right. Okay. So now this is Alan's sheet. He covers Hampshire. Okay. Now, within one sheet, there are 3 sheets. I'm going to show you that so you can see. Okay. How the hell do you move this? Okay. This up. Okay. Can you see it says block leads, development deals, and then hotel leads?
Yeah.
Everyone's sheet would have an exactly same structure. There would be 3 sheets within your sheet, and it will say block leads, development leads, and hotel leads. Okay. Now let's start with block leads. Okay. Now let's look at this one. It's an Alton. It says the address. It says the title number. It says how many units it is. Just give me one sec. So can you see this is 100 units?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you see it's pending?
Yeah.
And it says it was applied in November 24.
Yeah.
Now this lead, you don't need to do absolutely nothing till it is granted, guys. It's a 100-unit lead. Someone has to get the permission, develop the site before you can go and approach this guy, say, would you like help with management?
Yeah.
You have to wait for at least 24 to 36 months for this. But it stays on the sheet because you need to capture a lead early to be the first to be considered as management. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I've already asked the team to generate block leads which were applied for more like in 23 and the early part of 24, because those are the ones which will be mature for you to start approaching. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But these still remain on the sheet because this is substantial business. Okay. Imagine you approach this, you get 100 units under your management. each of them makes you 500 a month. Alan, you're good at
Yes,
maths.
yes.
500 times 100.
Yeah. So it's 50,000.
50,000 pound.
Yeah.
50,000 pound in net profits per month in your pocket for
Yeah.
a deal like this if we can close it together.
Yeah.
Okay? Please do not underestimate all of this stuff. Companies of that caliber, they use external companies because they don't want the hassle. They want to develop it. They're not management companies, they're development companies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me look at the second lead. These are 59,000 units. Okay? It says proposed care home and landscape gateway for Alton. This is going to be a care home of 59,000 units. Okay? I am not in the space of care home, but I know loads of doctors who are in that space. This deal can be monetized really well. Remember, 59,000 units are not getting built anytime soon, but they still remain here because this can be a very good lead. This will be phased in, I don't know, 10 different phases, maybe even more. Everyone with me on this? Please raise your hand.
Yeah, I'm with
Okay.
you, Jack. I guess that was a mistake of some sort, but anyway,
I don't think it. No,
whatever it is.
I actually asked the team to double check this one, Alan.
Yeah,
and it does say 59,000 units.
Wow, amazing.
I don't know. It could be some look. I am only looking at online data, so
well, that's right. I'll check it out. It's on my list, so I'm working my way through.
exactly.
Yes,
In fact, look at this one. This is 60,000 units.
Yes.
I asked the team to double check this one as well, Alan. I'm sure they must have. But again, this needs to be triple checked.
Yes,
okay?
Of course. Yeah, this is right on my doorstep, Farnham, and Chawton.
Exactly.
I'm working near there. Chawton, just for everyone's interest, is where Jane Austen lived. There's Jane Austen's house in.
Yeah. I know this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now going back. Now let's look at this last one on the list. This is 35 units. It stays still pending. This was applied in April 24.
Yeah.
I would say this will be getting passed or rejected anytime soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say this gets passed anytime soon. 35 units can be done in under 12 months.
Yes.
This is good business coming literally on your door.
Okay? Yeah, exactly. Yes, I know that area. Yeah.
Similar with this one, 190 units. It says pending, and then it says 25th April. This should be getting accepted or rejected anytime soon as well. Yeah. At the same time, just be aware that when these leads are generated, there is a lag between that time and now as well. So there could be a lag of 15 days from this as well. And the status of this could have changed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's look at this one, for example. This was applied on the 19th of September, and it says pending.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this, again, could be getting rejected or accepted anytime soon.
Yeah.
This is what you call creating a pipeline of business that you want to start approaching. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, I've asked the team to now go back on this dates, as in more like early 24 and 23, because that will be mature business that you can approach right away. Does that make sense? Yes. Also, please always read the notes that come with it. Okay? So when you look at here, and it says proposed care home and landscape, it says it's a proposed care home and not a residential block. Mm-hmm. Always use the accompanying notes, because without them, you're almost going blind in. Yeah. Okay? Now look at this status and then submission date. Yeah, so that's all there is. But the team is working as we speak on going to early 24 and then 23 and even 22 to look at leads that will be a bit more mature for you to grab. Does that make sense? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And when you look at your sheet, Let me open one more person. So let me open Emma's sheet. Let me see what's happening. Just give me 1 second. This bar comes on top. I can't move anything. So I'm gonna keep that open, and I'm gonna open Emma's sheet. So this one, it's block leads. And then when I go on granted, so look at MSC. So if you look at number 10, it says 16 units and it is granted. It's already granted. It was applied on the 8th of August, 24, and it's already granted. This is a good lead for you to start approaching.
You know, I did some research onto that actually with Damir's help. And that was an old development of 16 houses. And so for this particular lead, the application was for trimming a couple of trees for that plan.
Was it trees? So the accompanying notes. Okay. So what is it at the moment?
So no, it's an existing development of 16 houses, terrace houses.
I'm looking at
they're each separately owned.
Notes. So a development of 16 terrace houses permit to remove some trees, each house separately owned. Okay, yeah. So always accompanying notes help. Sorry, I didn't pick on those notes. Okay.
You know, I put that in there.
You put that in there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me leave a message for the team. Always accompanied with notes, because if they're missing on that, you're all going blind in. Okay. All right, guys, please make sure that there's always accompanying notes on what the planning is all about. That's on the development leads as well as the block leads, so we know exactly what's being applied for, that we're not going blind in, please. Thank you. I've said to the team before as well, but I want to make sure that they have these, to make sure there's accompanying notes. So without them, you don't know what the permission is for in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, so all the others that I'm looking at are pending, and their submission dates are all 24. I have MSR asked them to go more like the early 24 and the 23. So we are looking at now mature deals as well. Okay. Or mature leads. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Also, guys, when you look at block leads, you need to go more like the early 24 and the year 23. So we can be more looking at mature leads in terms of the content in planning permission. So I'm leaving notes for them so they can pick them. Okay. Cool. Anyone has any questions so far? I'm going to carry on with the hotels and the development leads. Okay. Looking at MSS sheet, I'm looking at the hotels. Now let's look at the first one. This is 55 rooms. This is in Brentford. Looks like probably a one which is a individually owned, but you can dig deeper into this. Amasa, are you there?
Yeah.
This is Continental. This could be a franchise. You have to check that. The Lensbury Resort, 155. This is a good lead.
Yeah, I know the Lensbury. It's like a country club and hotel.
Don't hesitate approaching. If it's individually owned, they can very easily be tired and eventually get to a point. A lot of these you'll observe, they would be owned by trusts as well. Okay. So if it's a larger hotel, I mean, this hotel would be worth a few millions. I'm not surprised it's already under a trust, individually owned, but under a trust so they can protect their assets. But at the same time, if the landlord is getting tired, they're thinking, why not? Okay.
Okay.
The Selvin, which is 50 rooms, that's in Sheen. On Sheen Road, yeah. There's a good lead as well. Richmond Hill Hotel, I know this very well.
Yeah.
Best Western. Your hotel list is quite decent here, Ahmed. They've gone all the way up to 70 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just ask, what qualifies a hotel lead? Why would these particular hotels be on the list? What I just wanted to understand the criteria.
Sorry, sorry, Punit, your voice, I couldn't hear you clearly.
I've got my computer on here. I just wanted to understand what's the criteria for the hotel list. Like, why would these be on the list as opposed to other hotels?
So here is something I will tell you that I've shared with a few other members. Okay, when someone is in hospitality business, it's a very tiring business psychologically. Okay, and for any million reasons, they would get to a point. They all will get to a point where they would want to give the management to someone else. Okay, I'll tell you the reasons: divorce, ill health, relationship issues, psychologically tired, already made enough money and just want to retire. And I can go on and on for a million reasons. I was actually in that space only a couple of years ago. My son spilled hot tea on his face. I was managing 4 hotels. I just thought, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. I gave the management of all of them. Okay, so there can be a million reasons. The only ones we don't, it's not necessarily a good lead is which are very, very large, and then they can hire managers on top of managers on top of managers. Those are not necessarily the best leads. Okay, but if it's a hotel that's more than 30 rooms, instead of 100, 150 rooms, they are very good leads, especially individually owned. Hospitality business is very tiring for them. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be ill. You don't have to have any relationship issues, or you don't have to have any reason except that you just not psychologically just.
Yeah.
Okay. I know people in hospitality business, 40 years old, they're already tired. All they want to do is sit back and relax and enjoy the income from it passively.
Yeah. Okay.
You with me on this?
Yep. Yeah, I see. So a lot of these hotels have been, they may be taken over sort of 10 years ago or something like that. And then
it doesn't matter. Yeah, 10, 15, 20 years, doesn't really matter. Yeah. As long as we have a landlord who is either getting tired, about to get tired, or has a million issues a human being can have, that becomes a good lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jack,
yeah.
Sorry, like in terms of the hotels.
Yes.
Now, what if some of them maybe it turns out to be that the owner of the hotel itself, not the building, but the hotel is renting it. We still can approach
that would happen as well. Yes. So remember, there are multiple ways a lease is structured of a hotel. One of the main one is what they call the corporate lease. Okay. If it's under 7 years, it's not registered. If it is over 7 years, it will be registered on the title. Okay. Now imagine if you approach a hotel and it is already leased out. Maybe the leaseholder is now tired and wants to sell the lease. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I sold one of my leases last year. Yeah. I sold it to a doctor. Okay. Any more questions so far?
No.
Guys, I still manage 3 hotels. Yeah.
I'll just mention briefly, Jack, I went to see that hotel, the one that I'd sent you the details of. So I'm in process of doing a feasibility study on it.
Yes.
Anyway, just in passing, that's a hotel.
Exactly. Yeah, the one with the 81 rooms. Yes. Yeah.
They closed down. Yeah.
So one of the leads that Alan was looking at was a 81-bed hotel. I think they've been bankrupt or something, or just not really working well as a hotel, and then eventually it might have the potential to convert it into residential.
Yeah.
All right. So you're not just looking at a one lead from a single perspective. You can come across something like this that can be converted to residential units, and all of a sudden there is a deal to be sourced out to someone else. Okay. Or you can do it yourself. There's no restrictions on that. Okay. Any more questions on that, or do you want me to jump on the development leads part?
I just wanted to note, I checked quickly this Alan's lead, for 50,000 flats.
Yes.
So it apparently it's not, but 67.
Why does it say 50,000
I
then?
don't know. There are some blips in Nimbus, I would say. So
Okay,
that's why
okay.
when your team starts putting these planning links, then
Yes.
you can exactly check it there. I will
Yep.
check it one more because on that how say on that plot number, there is one small plot, you know, kind of written, and then I try
Okay.
to find this planning thing, and it says it's not that that big one, you know, because the plot. I'm trying to figure out which one of these is, because you're trying to go to Nimbus, or
No, I'm just writing to it.
because here it kind of says, I don't know, I don't have this sheet, but it says Stonehill Farm, Selborne Road, Selborne, Alton.
Like I said, it can be a technical glitch.
Yeah.
So just, yeah, if it's a technical glitch, it's a technical glitch. That's fine.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's why it's how to say important that we have this explanation.
I've instructed the team clearly. Yeah, I've instructed the team clearly.
Okay,
You'll have a planning portal link, and you'll have accompanying notes on all of your block leads as well as development leads. Okay?
Here it says in planning, it says development to provide 67-bed purpose-built care home, use class C2, and 28 number apartments, use class C3. Providing 100% affordable, age-restricted, sheltered accommodation and electricity substation. Development of land north of Winchester Road for new gateway landscaped public open space. Associated access, parking, landscaping, sustainable drainage structures, and other works.
All right. Okay.
So that's
slow down
the full description. So
okay. So slow down the meter. I'll tell you. I'll explain everyone what tends to happen. Okay. So when we use Nimbus Map, guys, literally about a week or so ago, I clicked on the planning portal link, which is downloaded from Nimbus Maps, and it was a blank link. And not just one, but the whole sheet was blank links. So there was a technical issue with Nimbus Maps. But then later on, the Mir tried to download the same list and it started working. So there was a technical problem with Nimbus Maps at that point. I have seen multiple issues. So when you look at the data, please always reconfirm when you're looking at it to make sure that there's no technical glitch when the team is working on our end. It's almost like double checking. We are double checking and you double check too. Does that make sense? Yes, okay. Because remember, it's at the end of it, it's all data, right? And unless you click the planning portal link, you could be looking at a technical error of a system. Does that make sense? Okay. So just make sure that you double check. You'll always see going forward. I only instructed the team about 3-4 days ago to make sure that there is planning portal link plus the accompanying notes on all block leads and development leads. So you'll get to see them. Okay. Any more questions? I'm going to get to the development leads part. Okay. All right, guys, let me share something very interesting with you. Okay. I have never generated business unless I check something 5 times and I follow up 20 million times. Please write this. Okay. And I can assure you that there's a reason that I've been able to get to a point in life where I have no money worries. Okay. Money is secondary. It's the worry that matters. Please raise your hand if you know what I mean. Okay. Money is secondary, but money has its own worries when you're not making enough of it. And the only reason I'll repeat again is because I've double, triple checked everything and I'm very, very detailed. You have to be very detailed. Okay. If I look at your sheet and if I see discrepancy, I will make sure it's corrected. Okay. Yes, because there's loads of data. I can't be looking at every single lead, but if I see and notice something, it will get correct. Okay, and that's my promise. But do not hesitate to look at a lead and say, oh, don't just sit there and assume that you can't close that business. Because if you assume, then you're never going to close any business. Okay, go out there, speak with the landlords. You will start to close business. I will come alongside you. I will literally come and do it alongside you so you can see it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll be, for those who don't know, I did share everyone that I'll be actually coming on ground, visiting landlords alongside you. So you can be, I'll be covering all the regions at the same time. If I'm covering a different region and you're in a different region, you can still come and shadow me. That's not a problem. Okay. I'm going to go back and share my screen. Now I'm looking at Ahmed's sheet and I'm clicking on development leads. Now, if you observe everyone's sheet, the first row is all the postcodes you cover. Okay, so it's all the TW postcodes Ahmed gets. Okay, and then when you look at the second one, this is the address of the property. The second is the postcode of the deal. Third is the third is the title, or the fourth is the title number. Now, look at this. It says commercial to residential. See here. Commercial to residential conversion. And then it says the size of the site. And then it says site use, the existing use. And then it says the purchase price. So how much can you potentially pay for something like this? I'm looking at this minus. Why is it minus? I just need to double check this. It says profits 37%. Most likely it's on cost, which is 300 grand. This one is 57,000. This one is 68,000. This one is 665,000. Some of these are missing information, probably because of Nimbus. It doesn't provide you everything. On all these, this one will say 290,000. This one says 2.5 million. This one says 736,000. This one says 372. This one says 2.6 million. This one says 1.1, and so on and so forth. These are the profits on cost. Average residential sale price for the old stock. Assumed new build price, 900 per square foot would be very normal in TW postcodes these days. Local estimated conversion cost, 219. That's a very good number. I know the local region. GDV on this one is 3.3, this one 2.2. Allowance for profit. And then it says 84.4 return on cost. Return on cost. Yeah, return on cost. 72% return on cost. 158% return on cost. Estimated cost to buy and extend. Estimated cost to buy and convert. Rateable value, estimated sales value. And then accompanying, the notes that you need to fill. It still needs to cover one thing, which is accompanying, no, for this accompanying notes, well, they are required. Some of them will require accompanying notes. Emma said, do you have any questions?
With regards to the list, I mean, as you saw some of the numbers there, maybe because of the glitches or something with the Nimbus.
Always double check, but I didn't see, from what I saw, I didn't see, the ones that I read, I didn't see any discrepancy. Why?
No, like where you said there was that minus figure and whatnot.
Yeah,
maybe
the minus one,
if we analyze it, yeah. So, but if like say we're studying it or analyzing it, and then maybe we can update.
I will double check that, sir. When it's minus, I'm wondering why is it showing on the list on Nimbus Maps in the first place. I think it does. So I have seen Nimbus Maps. It even shows you leads where the numbers are minus. And that's the way their algorithm works. But if that's the case, the minus shouldn't be on the sheet. Okay.
Okay,
I
but
will,
or maybe
I will, yeah.
or maybe it's something that still could potentially be a decent deal. Just maybe needs to
Let me look
maybe
at
if
one
you
which
approach
says,
there and
yeah.
find out.
Yeah, so let me look at one which says minus. It says the number one says minus 28,000. It's a commercial to resi conversion. Purchase price minus 28,000. Well, minus 28,000, no big deal. But then the profits on it are only 38,000. So it's not necessarily a good deal in the first place. But when you look at the second one, even though it says purchase price minus 487,000, it still says the profits are 300. So maybe dig deeper on the second one. And then another one is, it says minus, if you look at number 12, it says minus 182,000, but the profits are 665,000, which is 111%. Maybe dig deeper. Okay. So here, what's missing is the planning portal link. When you go on the planning portal link, that's when you can start to work out if it's going to be a good deal or not. And also, does everyone have link to, they call it, just give me one sec. I keep forgetting that, what they call it. Just give me one sec. Something called, I'll send everyone this link so you'd be able to check all of this stuff. So it's called the Ordnance Survey Map. I'm going to send everyone a link where you can actually check the Ordnance Survey map of the building. I'll show you how it looks and what do I mean by that. You don't need Nimbus Maps for that. You can actually just check it like that for free. So this is the link to the Ordnance Survey map. I've shared it with everyone. Please save it on your desktop, phone, wherever you access this from. And then I'll tell you what it does. So what does the Ordnance Survey does is, so I'm going to just put one of my properties so you can see it. Let me share the screen, guys. Ali, good to see you.
Hello. Hi, Jack.
Hi. So, share screen. All right, guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually Nimbus Maps. I've written the postcode of one of my properties. Now, when I click on this, too many things on the screen. Ordnance Survey map. Can you see that Ordnance Survey map shows you how the building is built on the plot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See that? Now this is actually one of my properties, and if you look at this is extended at the back. This extension was done well about 3 or 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, this extension was done. But then what it does is it shows you the potential to extend to the side, to the front, to the back. And then when you do street view, you can also see if it can be extended into the loft as well. Okay. Everyone has done street view of Google Maps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But here is, let me zoom out so I can show you more of what it means. Okay. Now, when you look at this road, on this side, these are smaller houses. On the opposite side of the road, these are bigger houses. Okay. Now look at this house or this house, and then now look at this house. This one is extended, right? Can you see that?
Hmm.
The price of this one would be about 700, 750, while this house is worth about £1 million. While this extension would only cost you about 50 grand. 50 grand. Raise your hand if you know what I mean. Can you see a profit of about 200 grand there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's common sense, basic stuff. All you got to do is open the link that I shared with you, open the ordnance survey map, go to the region that you're familiar with, and then all of it, it's almost like you can see money on the map. Look at this one, right? Number 36, look at the size of this, and then look at the next door to it. Go and extend this one. All of a sudden, you've added value worth 300-400 grand. This is a very expensive area, guys. Okay? Everyone with me on the same page? Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing screen. And then going back to your sheet, when you will get the planning portal link with accompanying notes, you'd be able to make sense of the deal and say, what does this actually mean? And then say if it is the right deal to approach or not. Does that make sense? Please raise your hand if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone has any questions, please do throw them at me. Like I said, in one single session, it's not easy to give clarity on something as big as that. Also, let me share with you. I was going to share earlier, so then I thought I'll just wait for the session. I'm going to share with you a list of the steps. And again, steps. Yeah, there's quite a bit. So send a copy, Excel. I'm sharing a list of spreadsheet, which is the nearly 170 steps of due diligence. And the more you understand in depth, I've just shared it in the franchise group, the more you understand that, the easier it will be for you to look at a lead and say, what would it all mean going forward? Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's pixels in a picture. Let me share with you one which is very interesting. I came across a site, very large site in Hayes, which at the moment is actually a car wash and a garage, and they sell some food and so on and so forth. I've been using that place for car wash for 50, 20 years, right? And I was there, and when I was learning all of this stuff, I looked at this, I was like, why the hell can they not go? I mean, you could potentially build 150, 200 flats there. Why is it getting used as a car wash? When you will go back to that spreadsheet, it will tell you a reason. It's actually on a bend, and they won't give you planning permission because of safety reasons of access to the place. So vehicles going in and coming out, they could have an accident. Then you might think, what the hell, man? Like, why can't Hayes Council or Uxbridge Council, which is Hayes, why can't they put a traffic light? But when you look at the road structure, if they were to do that, and if they were in real desperation of building new houses, they probably would do that. But unless they're in real desperation, if they put a traffic light, that traffic would go all the way up to the Hayes High Street, which will cause chaos. I didn't understand all of this till about a year ago. Okay? But you will start to get a gist of technical details like that when you will make sense of the spreadsheet that I've shared with you. Okay? Remember, it's a collaboration between PN and you. I can do, like we can do what we can do, but you need to start learning the process as well at the back of that. So that's what I meant when I said you could be looking at a lead, but unless you can't make sense of it, it's just gibberish. And you could waste your time. Okay? Also, that means is, and I request everyone, guys, this is so important, okay? You really need to put your foot down and watch the trainings, okay? Especially season 2. Even if you don't want to go and watch season 1, I don't care. If you watch it, it will help you, okay? But if you don't watch it, at least watch season 2, which is only about 23, 24 videos, because that will start to give you a lot more clarity on how we look at a lead and how it can turn out to be a potential lead, okay? Remember, guys, you don't need to close 100 leads in your lifetime. You go and close about 20 decent leads, and I can promise you, you can make about 20 million. You don't need to close 100 leads in your life. You don't need to close about 20 decent deals, and you'll be good for life. Okay? Now, how much determination are you going to put in to close the leads? I'll take you back into something very interesting that I was discussing with, I think it was Bossman. Bossman, are you here? I know you were here. I don't know if you're still here. Bossman, you here, buddy? Okay. So one of the questions that Bossman was saying was, you know, gatekeepers. Listen, if you're going to make 100 grand from a deal, or you're going to make a couple of million from a deal, there is going to be competition and there's going to be gatekeepers. Okay. You need to learn to get past the gatekeepers. Okay. You only start selling when you're in front of the decision maker. You don't start selling to the PA. The job of you approaching the landlord is to arrange a meeting and absolutely nothing else. Build some rapport, get to know the person, and arrange a meeting. You're not talking numbers, you're not talking none of that. If you meet the PA or the gatekeeper, your aim is to arrange a call with the leader, the boss, and not arrange a meeting with the PA. You're wasting your time. Okay? Like I said, your job is to just arrange a call, a meeting, a Zoom call, a face-to-face meeting. Doesn't really matter. That's all there is. Let us get involved in the next step. Okay? That is all you need to do. Even if it means you're checking any of those 500,000 channels that are available about someone, either it is Company's House, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It doesn't really matter where you find the person, how you find the person. You need to just go and find the person and get in touch. Please raise your hand if you know what I mean. Okay, I was actually asked this question like, you know, how do I get in touch with the landlord? What does it matter which channel you use? Okay, it doesn't really matter. You can find him on LinkedIn. You can go and find him on Instagram. You know, the guy could be on TikTok making funny videos and is a millionaire at the back. What does it matter? Okay? Good stuff.
Jack.
Yes.
Now, with some of these development leads, I mean, what if, I'm just thinking, like, say it turns out that one of these, you go to check it out, you find that it's actually listed there for sale there through an agent. Is it still worth...
I am not inclined towards it. Because all of a sudden, what you're now doing is gone into the mud of competition. Okay? So, you know, there's a book called the Blue Ocean Strategy, right? They call the Red Sea and the Blue Sea. The Red Sea is where all the competition is. And the reason we are going direct to landlord is because we don't want that competition.
Okay.
Okay, so would I say it's not a lead? It's still a lead, but it's not a good lead. No. Okay? Because it's now gone into the red ocean. Okay? Any more questions, guys? I'll just go through everyone. So Damir, any questions?
So far at the moment, no.
Anara, any questions? I think you have some questions.
Yes, I have questions. Yeah, I realized I gave my postcode recently. I don't have the list for this postcode. I just wanted to.
So remember, we only started lately, so just bear with us for 2-3 days. They're working.
Yeah, it's fine. And yesterday I opened question about postcode GU Guildford. Can we speak about this personally?
Anara, the answer is no. You are going to burn yourself out. Katie is already way too big. Okay, you don't need to go into other postcodes yet. Cover
I can
Katie
tell you
first.
why. I can tell you
Yeah.
why. Because I studied both local plans, Elmbridge and Guildford, and I can see much more opportunities in Guildford, really, because KT, if it is even bigger territory, but there isn't like bigger sites.
Okay,
yes.
so we'll discuss this. We'll discuss this after the
call. Discuss this, yeah. Personally, I prefer.
Okay, that's fine. Any other questions?
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Alistair, how are you? How are you? How's everything? Any questions?
All good. All good at the moment, Jack. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I said this in the last session, which was I think 3-4 days ago, guys. Almost everything that I share, Alan sir knows, and he still turns up to the sessions. It's just a very humble reminder every step of the way that is so. It's not about sitting there and assuming things. It's about digging into the deal and saying, is this going to work or not? And if you still don't have clarity, just ask me. Just jump on a call with me. I promise I'll jump on a call with you one-to-one, and I'll explain when you're looking at a certain deal and saying, is this going to work or not? Okay? Just turn up. It's a very humble reminder for you, for me. When I'm sharing this with you, it's a reminder for me. Okay? So just turn up to the sessions, and that will help you start to close a lot more. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking. Emma, sir, do you have any questions?
No, all good stuff.
All right, okay. Punit, do you have any questions, buddy?
Not at the moment, no. Appreciate I'm still I'm waiting. We've only just set up, so no, that's fine. Actually, one thing very quickly. Obviously, I still need to go through the training videos, but I wanted to quickly ask, when we're doing research for these leads and sort of understand the background and the details, would we have access to tools like Nimbus or anything, or is that something we need to go off and do?
If you ask me, everyone needs Nimbus maps, okay? But if you don't have it, it's not a problem, because remember, the due diligence part, a lot of it is on us, okay? Yeah. So when you look at a deal, my job at the moment is to make sure that you understand, you can look at a lead and understand it and see if it is actually a good lead or not, and then work towards it without needing Nimbus maps. Okay? But then once you make the initial approach to the landlord, and then you get some sort of positive indication, remember, you're not negotiating, you're not talking numbers, you're just building rapport and arranging a call or a face-to-face meeting with the landlord. And then after that, we come back, we do a bit more due diligence with Nimbus maps and other tools that we use. And then we go back and negotiate with a reverse engineer appraisal.
Sure. Okay.
I hope that makes sense. Any more questions?
No.
Okay, Natasha, do you have any questions at this stage?
Yeah, first of all, this session has given me a lot of clarity, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know how to approach my my deals that you've given me now. The one thing was, I know you've done it before. Are you able to do a three-way call with a vendor on a development?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you able to do a three-way call with me with a vendor?
With a vendor? Only if I know the details of the deal and I understand it's a lead. It's a good lead. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes, but I need to be able to see the deal first, do some level of due diligence on it, have some sort of numbers to play with, and then jump on a call. Otherwise, it's a waste of time for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting for those details to come forward. So as soon as they come through,
we can look at it, and I can come back to you with a yes, no, and if it's a yes, I will do some basic numbers, and then we can jump on a call with the land.
Lovely. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Ali, buddy, what's happening?
Oh, you're all right, Jack.
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah, sorry, I don't really come on these sessions very often these days.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You're way too content, man.
Yeah, I think we were communicating about that deal in Birmingham. So I thought,
did you want to analyze that deal?
Yeah, if you think it's going to give value to everyone else here as well. So
it takes about 5-10 minutes. but I need to understand. So let's just so guys, Ali has a deal that we can analyze very quickly here, so you can see through a bit more. Okay, it's a single unit deal, but it can be a good deal. Ali, do you want to give me the postcode of the deal, please?
Yeah, it's B67.
Or do you want me to put it out?
B67.
Sorry, B67.
6PW.
No, sorry. Is it B for Bravo?
Yeah, Bravo 67.
Yeah.
6 Papa Whiskey.
6 Papa Whiskey. I used to have a property in Smethwick.
Yeah, so funny enough, this deal actually, I went to view this property through an estate agent about a year ago.
Okay.
Clearly, you know, with that land beside it being very, very promising, with a lot of potential, you know, and at that point I was thinking of going down the HMO extension route.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, there was that access issue to the plot itself. So I sort of left it. I said, I don't know how this is going to work. But for some strange reason, this has now gone to probate and came through a deal sourcer.
Okay, so this property is on the probate and has come through a deal sourcer. So this is a semi-detached property, guys. C3 used residential. It's a private property owned. Site area 0.95. Let me just do a quick calculation. 0.095 acre to square meter. 0.095 is 384 square meter, which is a very decent sized plot. Guys, I'm doing this as we speak. You can see the screen, right? It's under Sandville Council. Planning history in the area. This one, what number is this house, Ali?
I'll have to look at the photo. I think it's 11 or 18.
11, so,
sorry, 18.
Yeah, so, is it 11 or 18?
Oh gosh. I'll have to go back to my photo.
Number 10, and beside, I'm guessing this is number 12.
Yeah, it looks like it's number 12 from 7 as well.
It says 14 at the back and then 10 and then it. Anyway, but if you look at number 10, there was a planning applied, proposed ground and first floor extension to side and rear and remodeling of main roof. It looks like there's you know, the whole place has been extended. Okay, and that's number 10. Okay, so I could look at this. Let me just open the. Oh, this map. So where is this? Go. Now, if I look at the ordnance survey map, guys, now this plot is like the built area is much larger. There is scope to extend. Ali, can you see that?
Yeah.
So the scope to extend, what do you mean by access issue? Help me understand. It's a corner plot.
Sorry, can you just zoom in? It's actually right at the end of the cul-de-sac, the property. Just
So
if you just, sorry. Yeah, so it's 18. It's 18. 18. Yeah, 18.
Is it number 18?
My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, this is a large plot.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the wrong one. This is a much larger plot. Anyway.
My apologies. Sorry, I've seen the number.
No, okay. So number 18. And what do you mean when you say access? So what are you trying to work out if we can build at the back in the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need Ali, for us to work out this, we need visuals on the road. So has someone built anything like this in the garden before? You know, for example, this one, number 13 here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The house at the front, and there's something at the back here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then.
Okay, so this building directly behind the plot is like a social club.
Yeah, this one. This is I can see it's a club. Yeah.
And then the one beside here is actually this plot here on the right now. Yeah, you're going into that area.
This bit,
this small bit there used to belong to this same landlord, but he went and sold,
nursing home.
Yeah, he sold it to the nursing home. So he actually had access to the plot from the back before. but he sold the land to the nursing home, so that got closed off. So the only access, if you have a look, is in between the houses now. So you see this small space here between 18 and there, but you can see that this house is actually, so I spoke to the landlord, he was there, and it's a council house. Because if you can negotiate some of that land, you know, that land there on the side, it's not really being used very much, but he's not the landlord.
So can you tell me what would be the width of this place, this, right? Between the house and the actual boundary, what's the width of this?
I think it's about 2 meters.
2 meters only.
It's not
so there's actually, so from within the boundary of the house, there's actually a legal limit for access. I can't remember the exact number. I can check this for you, Ali. But you can actually access. I don't see why you can't access it from here and apply for, like, I don't know, maybe 2 townhouses at the back.
Well, how do you? What about the parking for the car, as it's a cul-de-sac?
Yeah, I mean, imagine you build a townhouse here.
Yeah.
Right. And a townhouse here, and there's parking here.
Yeah, but how do you get the car through that small space? I'm not convinced.
Yeah, so no. So there's actually a legal limit that you need to have to be able to use that as access to build houses at the back. I need to check what that number is.
Okay.
Okay, but I don't know if it would meet that.
If I could just mention something, Jack and Ali, I mean, I don't think that's going to work because you can't get emergency vehicles through there. If it's 2 meters, if it's more, then you might stand a chance. But normally, the sort of figure that you're looking at for getting emergency vehicles through is about 3.4 meters.
I remember. Yeah, I was just saying 3.4 meters is what you need to have to be able to use that as access to build houses at the back.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
3.4.
Now, Jack, the only other thing I was thinking is if then you start working on house number 18, where you actually start breaking the structure down.
No. Now, yeah, it's in that region. What is the per square foot value of a old build and new build?
I don't know actually.
Okay, so
I would say more 100 to 150.
Per square foot value of an old build. Yeah, it's not worth the numbers, right? Because if the per square foot value of a new build is anything less than 350, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And if it is even old build and it doesn't stack at 300 per square foot, you're wasting your time. Are you with me on this, Ali?
Yeah, I know. The access was the main problem there.
It's not just access. You've got, imagine if there's a region that doesn't sell for 300 or 350, there's not lots of profits there. You can do small conversions or small refurbs and extensions and make a little bit of money here and there, but there's no substantial profits there. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, let me share this, and I've shared this with, I think, members here, the Mir, Alan. I actually didn't take a deal which was going to make nearly $500,000 in profits. Okay, this was in Hammersmith, conversion of commercial to resi conversion of 2 units, each 1.1. The reason I didn't take it is I had to first develop it, so go through the pain of developing it, as well as I was skeptical about the changes in the tenants reform, which means that there's going to be lots of properties, landlords, buy-to-let properties, which they want to sell. That means that I wasn't sure if I was going to sell it on time or on price. Okay. So the reason I'm sharing that with you is just because you see profits does not mean that you take on a deal. Okay. There are other factors you need to take into account to be able to make sure that is it the right deal for you? Because it's not just about being the right deal. It may be the right deal, but is it the right deal for you? Ali, just so you know when I was refurbing those 11 rooms in Clarendon, or 8, 9 rooms or whatever, I changed 8 damn builders, man. I didn't tell you this. You don't need to know, right? But I literally changed, sorry, did I say 8? No, sorry. I changed 6 builders just to do those rooms. It's not easy, okay? So just because it's the right deal does not mean it's the right deal for you. You have to make sure it's the right deal for you as well. Really painful, man. Really painful. That come, they do the work, leave half work in the middle, and then I can't find them. Okay. I had two people, not for Clarendon, but I did a refurb on another hotel, where I had two of the builders claim on me through claims court for the work that they never did. Okay, stupid stuff. But remember, it's all pain. If you go towards development, it comes with pain. Just be aware of that. Okay. All right, guys, I'm just gonna carry on. Natasha, did you still have any questions?
No, thank you.
I asked you. Michael, do you have any questions, buddy? Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I'm okay for now. Yeah.
Oh, you're okay for now. Alan, thank you for sharing that. 3.4 meters. I will try and remember that. I keep forgetting that. Bossman, can you hear me? You might be busy. All right, guys, if you have any questions, yeah, Bossman. Yeah, do you have any questions, buddy?
Jack?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think you answered my question in regards to the going past the gatekeepers.
Yes. Yeah, it's
really the gatekeepers are the main obstacle.
Persistence, determination, and take me along with you. I will break that wall.
Right.
Good stuff.
Okay.
If you get stuck somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to talk about like a couple of the sites that I've been on, the block leads. It's more of reconstruction. So with that, so do we
have accompanying notes? Yeah.
Come again?
Yeah, so Bossman, one of the things that I've asked the team literally at the start of this week is, besides all block leads and besides all development leads, there needs to be accompanying notes plus the planning portal link for you to be able to see through if it is the right deal or not.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Also look at the submission date and the status of the lead. If it is under, if it says pending, then it's still not matured. If it says approved or lately approved, then it's a good deal to start approaching.
Okay.
Okay. And then the team is also working on going back towards the early 24 and the 23, so you can start to look at mature block leads.
Okay.
The stuff.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Did you see me?
All right. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please do ask. If you don't have any questions and you get some questions later in your mind, just come back to me or we'll do another session like this next week. Just have your questions ready and I will be happy to answer. Remember, your questions are based on those leads. Dig deeper into your leads and you'll have a million questions. I already know that. Okay?
Thanks, Jack.
Study your step-by-step due diligence sheet. Go back to your season 2 videos. That will really help you. If you can watch season 1, great. If you can't, start from season 2. They will really, really help you get started. One of the sessions that I did was initial landlord approach that you need to watch. Another session that I did was about, again, leads and deals. And again, this session is recorded as well. So if you want to watch it again, I will be uploading this on. Okay. All right, guys, have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jack.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.